What are optimal use cases for artificial intelligence in Salesforce? So let's talk about what can we identify. Here is a graph that shows high business value and low value on the vertical axis. On the horizontal axis, you have high nuanced and low nuanced. What that means is if you're looking at use cases that bring a lot of value to your business, but are extremely specific to your industry, have a high degree of nuance, someone needs to understand a lot of unique scenarios, those use cases may be good in future, but they're not great use cases at this moment. The ideal use cases are those where there's a lot of business value to be realized and that don't have a lot of industry specific or your business specific nuances, meaning they're relatively generic. An example could be summarization of text. Then you have use cases which don't have a lot of nuance, which are generic, but are also low business value. These are poor candidates for your AI investments at the moment. Because even if you could execute and deliver on them flawlessly, they don't really move the needle so much for your business. And finally, you have use cases that are really low business value and have a high degree of nuances. These are just absolutely terrible to try because you may need to train AI, you may have to spend a lot of money, and there's not enough value. These tend to be exceptions. You may have a return policy, and the returns that are processed are done manually because of very incredibly unique answers to your industry or to your business. Those are the kind of things where applying AI is not going to give you a good ROI. So let's take this a step further and talk about the process. Use the framework that we were just discussing to identify the most promising opportunities for your Salesforce and AI that you can pursue today. Or those that are really great opportunities, but require more nuances, more capable AIs, a lot of training. Those are opportunities you should earmark on your roadmap for future. This is the number one challenge I see with the vast majority of customers. Every time there is a conversation on AI, we tend to glance over the most promising opportunities which we can pursue today, which is where AI can be applied for high business value and low nuances. And the conversations inevitably gravitate into, let's identify super cool things we can do and the flying car ideas. So you want to be very, very pragmatic when you're looking at this and almost serve your AI plus Salesforce use cases as a lighthouse, as a guiding principle for a grander future. But right now, we need to cut away the hype and deliver on real world use cases with high business value and low industry nuance. And of course, the third category is all of those use cases that are just not a great return on investment. So let's dive a bit deeper. If you think about those categories, here are good AI use cases that you can deliver on today. These are things that bring high business value, a better return on investment, and they're low nuances, which means you can deliver on them with mostly generic AI. We use OpenAI, that GPTfy, for a lot of use cases that we are automating. It's a great way to immediately get value without fine-tuning AI, spending a lot of money on some very business-specific thing. And great example of these kind of capabilities are ability to generate hyper-personalized emails, which are contextually sensitive, ability to do summarization of data. So in your Salesforce, you may have opportunities and you would like to summarize the data on. Now you can. With GPTfy, you can generate account 360s, you can summarize cases, you can summarize a lot of custom objects. And the whole idea there is to dramatically reduce the amount of time your people are spending writing emails, preparing an account 360 type report, adding their own context, and have AI do that summarization as the first draft that someone can edit. It's the same thing with personalized emails across Sales Cloud, across Service Cloud. So whether you are pursuing a lead, whether you are following up on an opportunity, whether you're responding to a case, personalized emails brings a ton of value that you can immediately realize today with GPTfy. As we mentioned earlier, The poor AI use cases is definitely something you want to steer clear of. Low business value, poor return on investment. If you're going to address security, compliance, privacy, ethics, all of those things, and we've done a lot of work in those spaces, if you're going to address them with a tool like GPTfy or others, you want to do it for great return on investments, not for these cases. And finally, as we mentioned earlier, anything that has high business value, great return on investment, but a lot of nuances, earmark them for future, because the intention today is to show value and build upon that. Anything that requires training models, requires massive investments, large vendor outlays, those are things that you want to wait. You find a way, wet your feet, deliver value to business, and build upon that into super sophisticated cases. An example of that, maybe you have a very highly customized code type process and you want to apply AI to it. You may want to do a very industry specific fraud detection or claims processing or some other such capability. Or those are cases where you're not ready yet. You don't know how well those things work. They may require an extensive amount of testing. Those are the things you want to leave out for the future. So hopefully this is a really simple model that helps you identify the most promising opportunities, address them for future, and avoid wasteful investments. At GPTfy, we are constantly building on some of these cases, particularly the good AI use cases. And we package 20 such prompts for email personalization, for summarization of data, for sentiment analysis, for intent analysis, for chain of thought analysis. And those are excellent ways to supercharge your sales cloud, service cloud, financial services, or health cloud, or any other kind of vertical clouds you may have. Reach out to us or check us out on gptfy.ai. Thank you so much.